Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that just keeps going. Today in the news, real quick, right at the top here, look what happens when you justifiably air your concerns over NFTs in gaming. Worms publisher Team 17 and now Electronic Arts have both backed away from previous interest in NFTs. Of course, this occurred after devs and the internet expressed their deep desire not to be involved, but that is exactly what I've been talking about the last few weeks here. It feels good when companies listen and don't do dumb stuff. In the exact opposite, and what I would consider very dumb corporate stuff, Nintendo still handing out copyright strikes like Halloween candy. If you spent any time in the YouTube space or you're a content creator, you know that Nintendo comes down on Nintendo videos quite hard and quite often. Well, in the most recent round of Why Nintendo, Why? YouTube channel Gilva Sunner was hit with 2,200 copyright strikes for its collection of video game music from classic Nintendo titles. Most of these being songs you couldn't find on Spotify or other websites, which is why they were uploaded there. Well, Nintendo wants them down. This apparently has happened before, but this time the channel's going down for good. And while I understand the nature of copyright, I don't like it, but I understand it, I feel like there's a missed opportunity here for Nintendo to get some bonus fan reputation, you know what I mean? To get in on the good graces of the community. There is obviously an audience for classic game music, especially as millennials grow older and they get hit by that nostalgia bug. I don't understand why Nintendo couldn't have reached out and said, look, you've collected all this music, and copyright is copyright. We need you to take it down. But what if you worked with us to create something new that's official that has all the music stored there? All the things that we don't have on Spotify or whatever. And we can make our own, I don't know, classic Nintendo music channel on YouTube. And I'll never quite understand Nintendo's silly, fun, goofy marketing arm versus their corporate, cold, aggressive legal arm. It's always bugged me. In a follow-up story to news from earlier this week about Sony purchasing Bungie, a lot of people were asking why. Was it worth $3.6 billion? What were they going to do with this property? Is it going to be still available on Xbox and all? Well, we're starting to have more and more answers as to why Sony probably thought this was a great buy. Destiny and its world, I think it's pretty safe to say, are a sci-fi commodity. Not just in games, but in other media. With the release of the Halo TV show coming soon and other video games media on the way, it makes sense why a company like Sony would make a bet on Destiny as a potential movie or TV IP. They even said Sony Interactive Entertainment believes that game worlds are only the beginning of what our IPs can become. And this isn't something Sony is jumping into cold either. Last year, Bungie had job listings for senior executive in development for film and TV, including comics, books, and audio formats. There's also been talk of potentially more Destiny main branch games, as well as spin-offs on the way. Another way to look at it that isn't movie or TV focused comes from Thomas Pua over at Remedy. Sony is getting access to unbelievable experience and talent at Bungie. Creators of Halo and Destiny. Short-sighted to look at just IP, you get so much more with all that experience. Very excited for my friends at Bungie and glad Destiny is staying multi-platform. So while many people were comparing Sony's purchase of Bungie to Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard, you hopefully now can see a little bit more of why Sony would pull the trigger on getting the Bungie world under the Sony umbrella. I, for one, on a personal note, am excited for more Destiny content that isn't actually in the form of Destiny, if that makes any sense. Like, I love the lore and the world building and all the cool stuff going on in that universe. I just don't like the grind of actual Destiny, if that makes any sense. But I'm excited to see like a cool TV show or movie. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode, and I'll see you then.